Okay, so I'm at the gym, and this phone probably weighs about a pound. So 163 and a half pounds, which is about what I weighed for my last UFC fight. I haven't eaten in 2 days, and I'm doing that to heal this here. Which is going to essentially bring this in slightly so that I'll have more of a V shape, and it will make this go away here, which, it's not a lot, but it's enough to take away what should be another cut. The whole time I'm training. So I have an appointment at 2. And the appointment is for a type of training called Landmark, which, as far as I know, is for entrepreneurs and people who want to perform, in whatever field they're in. People who I don't know too much about it, but I'm going to learn today, and hopefully they won't have a problem with me broadcasting the training. So I have a lot of experience in physical training and the physical aspect of health. I would say that my language is limited, and that's including self-talk. I know what I have to do, but what I want to get out of this training is to be able to confidently open basically accounts with sponsors so that I can get prize pot money for my events. So the plan is to go into a place that I've never been before on tour and connect with local schools, to put the card together, and businesses to put the prize pot together. And it's essentially sales. It's like cold sales. So this type of training is called Landmark, is used for that. It's used for executives, team building, and stuff like that. And that's going to be in 10 minutes. I got to set up my computer. But then right after that, I have to do grappling training. And to do grappling training, I have to warm up my neck big time. So I'm going to do something now, which is a warm up to my neck rolling. So let me put this sleeve on my head. Okay, I'm gonna stretch out, shake it loose. It's the same stretching I do before every training. Twist and look up. Other side. Reach straight up. Grab my wrist over the top, down to touch my toes. 10 times. Both sides. Ooh, that's my tight side. Okay, now squat stretch. Both feet flat. Okay, I'm doing kind of a quick version because I only have 10 minutes now, and it's gonna take at least 5 minutes to do my wall stand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab my phone here. I'm gonna put it on the timer, the stopwatch. So I'm gonna come over here to the wall. And I'm gonna set my stopwatch. Come up on the wall. I'm gonna hold this up to 5 minutes. I'm not gonna be able to do 5 minutes in a row, but as soon as I come down, I'll stop the timer, take a rest as long as I need, do it again till the timer gets up to 5 minutes. Now I'm gonna stop talking and just focus on my breathing. My sweaty palms is the problem. I should have put gloves on. I'll put that on for the next set because my hands are slowly slipping outward. Stopping my timer. Go get my gloves. Okay. This exercise was prescribed to me by one of my coaches whose specialty is corrective exercise. So, you have what's called a boxer's posture. And that's like a hunchback of the thoracic spine. That's the upper back. And this wall stand is to strengthen those postural muscles to prevent the head slouching forward and the rounded thoracic spine, which over time, will cause problems. Even in terms of fighting. The chin goes out like this, and that's not good if you get punched, but it's not good for anything. So this exercise is for my upper back. Okay, so I'm going to set the timer. I'm going to get up again. Started at 1:15 on the timer. So much easier with the gloves. 3 minutes. 2 left. Yep. Okay. Now. Okay. So, what I'm gonna do now is set my computer up for this landmark. I don't know what you call it, presentation, something. And then I'll do my last. I should be able to do it in one more set. I only have a minute and a half left. I was doing 10 minutes of the wall stand, but I have a separated shoulder. It's not. It's only a grade 2, I think, 1 or 2. But I've noticed that doing a 10-minute wall stand, series, really aggravates that shoulder joint. So I'm gonna keep it to 5 minutes for now and see how that goes. And let me plug this in over here. Plug this in over here. So just sign in. Did you see my password? Alright, now let me just pull up my email. Okay, and now I'll just do my last set. Okay. So if you're just tuning in, I'm doing the wall stand for my thoracic spine. That's the upper back. And in terms of confidence, that's the muscle that gives you good posture. What's up, guys? And then I'm gonna do a workshop with a company called Landmark, which is a performance company for executives and entrepreneurs. As far as I know, it's new to me, so we'll see. Last minute and a half on the wall stand. $30. 20. 10. Okay. Oh, gosh. Okay, gloves off. Let's go over to the computer. It's just about 2 o'clock. The appointment's at 2. So, get these off. Okay. So I gotta click on this PDF. Join session. Final session of the advanced course. Oh my God, really? Damn. I got fast-tracked. Have you done the landmark forum? No. Have you done the advanced course? No. Submit. Welcome to the final session. Please keep this page open or link this. Okay, so I'm in a Zoom meeting now. I don't have Zoom downloaded on my computer, so I'm gonna have to. Jeez, I'm not gonna be a little late for this thing. After Zoom completes, Control C. Okay. Continue. Install. Password. Oh gosh. Configuring. Okay, that was easy. Okay, I'm 1 minute late now. Okay, so let's go to Zoom. Okay, join a meeting. Control V, paste. Let me just change my name to Lukey. Remember my name from. Okay, join. Oh jeez. Oh, join with video. I don't hear anything. Why can't I hear anything? Oh, unmute. The host is not allowing participants to unmute themselves, okay? But why can't I hear anything? I think everybody's muted. Let's see. The volume's up. Okay. Oh, shoot. Zoom, we're gonna do that. Okay. Click on Zoom. Yeah, I did join with sound. Let's see. Okay, Landmark is recorded for training. Stop video, no. Okay. You entered this meeting muted. Please do not unmute yourself. To follow, locate the camera to turn your video on or off. Oh, so there's like a lot of people here. Choose the language you would like to hear. Okay. Where's that? Interpretation? Okay, English. Here we go. Mark Ford. All right. Wait, I thought I heard something. Yeah, I'm definitely hearing something. Okay. So I'm in. Okay. Wow, a lot of people.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, hello, everyone. So wave and say hi. I just want to kind of scroll across. Hello, Tande.
Okay.
Nakia, hello. Saj. Pia and Jasper. Cordelia. Let's see who else I see. So first of all, welcome, everyone. I'm just kind of going through, seeing everyone. It's really great to see you tonight.
Thank you.
And for those of you who completed the online advanced course, it's really great to see you. I mean, really. In just a little bit, everyone, we're going to take an opportunity to share what you've accomplished for yourself over the last 2 days out of having participated in the advanced course this past weekend. Now, before we do that, I can see that some of you who are participating tonight with us are guests of someone in the advanced course. So welcome to you. How many of you have never done the forum? Raise your hand. Just kind of wave at me if you're a guest here tonight. Hello, Cordelia. And Haley? Is it Haley? Hal? Haley? Hello, Cordelia, hello. Raise your hands. Maria? Good, I just want to scroll through, see if you've never done the forum, raise your hand. Just kind of raise your hand, just want to see who you are. Daniela, hello. Patrick, very welcome. Daniel, thanks for being here. Good. Dana from Romania, great. Good to see you and welcome, Gillette. And good, everyone. I could go through, we have like 11 pages that I could go through just saying hi and getting connected to everyone. But we don't have an opportunity to do that, so consider that I am connected with you because I can see you. So welcome. So I want you to know that it really means a lot for us that you're here tonight. And why it means a lot for us, because obviously, really obviously, you really do mean a lot to the person that invited you to participate here tonight. Oh yeah, and by the way, my name is Larry Pearson. I'm one of the people who lead the advanced course throughout the world, and I'm a person who facilitated the advanced course online this past weekend. I can see that there's a lot of people here participating tonight who are graduates of a previous Landmark Forum or advanced course.
It's called Landmark Forum.
We have friends and family participating tonight who also haven't completed who've not completed the forum. So welcome to you as well, and thank you so much for being here. So let's get started. I want to start by asking those of you who are completing the advanced course tonight and have friends, family, colleagues joining us tonight, this evening, if it's okay for you if I speak directly to the people you invited here tonight. Is it okay if I do that? Good. Thank you.
Okay with me.
You know, I got to get your okay. So now, if you're a friend, a family member, or a colleague of someone who's in the advanced course, so let's talk a little bit about what might be important for you to know to be more at home here with what we're doing here tonight. So first of all, I would imagine there's a lot of you who are wondering what the forum and what Landmark, the work of Landmark is all about. So while during our time together, there'll be an opportunity for you to get a real sense of what the forum is about, how it works, what the forum makes available for people to make a real difference for you and for your life. And more importantly, we really want you to feel included and at home with us in this conversation. We want our time together to be really great for you. You got that, Cordelia?
Okay.
We want the time tonight for you to be really great tonight. Who else is a guest? Raise your hand again so I can see you. A guest of yeah. We want tonight to be really great for y'all. Is it Hale? We want tonight to be really great for you as well. And before we go on any further in the conversation, I can imagine that some of you know absolutely nothing about Landmark. I can also imagine that many of you who are guests here are curious about what your friends have participated in. In any case, wherever you are, it's a perfect place to be in this conversation. So just a couple of quick things you should know going into the evening. Landmark is really known as the world's leader in professional and personal growth training and development, and is the largest company of its kind, offering its courses and programs throughout the world. Now, with that said, let's get into the evening.
Professional and personal
Earlier,
development.
I said tonight, we really wanted tonight to be really great for you. So let me speak a little bit more about what can support you in having tonight make a difference for you by sharing a little bit about, something that we address in our programs.
Can you guys hear?
And that is the way people generally listen. So what we discovered in the forum is that for the most of the time, what you and I call listening is just talking to ourselves about what is being said. Now I'll say that again. What you and I call listening is actually just doing what? Talking to ourselves about what is being said. Notice that it's happening right now. Generally speaking, if you look and be really straight with yourself, you'll see that most of the time we don't listen. In fact, most of the time there's more speaking and not listening than there's any listening. Our listening is full of judgments, evaluations, comparisons, and opinions with something that is hard. You can't actually hear what's being said when that's going on. With that said, as you listen, if you just notice any judgments, evaluations, comparisons, and opinions that come up for you, and just let it be, I promise you'll hear something extraordinary tonight. In a moment, we're going to give some people in the advanced course an opportunity to share what they've accomplished out of their participation in the advanced course. And everybody, while not everyone in the course will get a chance to share.
No, I
really
haven't.
do
Irene,
invite you
what's
to
up?
listen to what people share as an expression
I was invited as a
of
guest.
the courage, bigness, and accomplishment of each and every person in the advanced course. I was completely inspired by those people who were in the advanced course. Really. They were absolutely fabulous. So now,
I just muted it for 1 second. I'm about ready to go on tour for my League of Champions, and I'm going to be going into strange places and connecting with gyms to put together a fight card and businesses to put together a prize pot. So it's essentially sales, and I think that's why this was recommended to me.
Rosh, Diana, Abnes, Nadia, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, Richard. I'm just kind of getting connected to all the people that are here. Hello, Trudy. Mahala, good evening. So now back to those of you in the advanced course. I'm now going to give you an opportunity to share. Now, there's no difference between any other time that we shared in the advanced course. You're actually going to be just sharing what's there.
Have you used it?
And this is what you're going to share from. So everybody, you're going to share from this. Before the advanced course, life was like this. What I discovered for myself in the advanced course is, and how the advanced course I now am. Hold on.
Mute this again. So it seems like we're going to be getting testimonials from students of this course. I'm gonna stay on, and I have a training coming up in an hour. Yeah. Oh, Jack, definitely. I did my own research on it. Look, I don't even have any money to buy this course. The person who recommended it to me, who put me on as a guest for this, he said that he's not expecting me to do it. He just wanted, basically, it's like watching a seminar, and I'm not going to be paying for the continued course. But I think I could get something out of it. And I thought maybe either you would get something out of this, or you just might be interested in what I'm doing in my life. This is kind of like a vlog channel. So, yeah, I did look up. They said it's a cult, but I don't think it's actually a cult. I think it's just, that's what people say about it. Let me put the mute back off.
Being the first person to share, that means a lot to me. Before the advanced course, my life was I'll describe it as slumber and full of excuses. I had a lot of low energy. I put on a lot of weight, and
He's still husky.
And I realized I was going through some sort of self-destruction with myself. What I've discovered from the advanced course is that I was inauthentic. I was, my integrity was low. And I realized there was a lot of things bigger out there for me to engage with, which I wasn't seeing because of my lack of integrity and the way I looked at myself. My life in the last 2 days has been completely transformed. You know, I've had 2 training sessions with a personal trainer. I've been for a jog this morning. I've made a lot of friends. I've met a lot of people. I can see my energy.
Okay, so what he got out of it was that he joined with a personal trainer? Come on. A lot of this personal development and stuff is just too much talking. You know, I come at it from a physical aspect, but like I said, I'll try to get something out of it.
Do list. By the way, I work as a pharmacist, and I'm also self-employed. I run my own business.
He works as a pharmacist.
So,
oh my God,
actually,
it's
the
my
last
enemy
2
right
days,
here.
I've managed to speak to my team as well.
Quit.
I had the courage to speak to most of them to join, and they were really interested in it. I'm not sure if they're here tonight, but if you're here, you know, well done, guys, and welcome to the advanced course. Thank you very much.
Tunde, I'm just
If you're
as
into
I view it here,
pharmaceuticals, quit.
I'm stunned by your energy.
He's diabetic.
Yeah.
What does it feel like of all of our guests who are here tonight? You know, when Tunde's speaking about it, he woke up in a new world.
I don't see anybody healthy on this 500 people.
Yeah, it certainly feels that way.
You know, all this language, it comes from a place in the body. That's why
oh my God, you've done
I
everything
approach
you need
things
to do.
from
There's no worry.
the physical health
Acted
first.
on everything you said you were going to do, and it's been effortless.
Yes.
And it was that realization that gave me the belief that this is working. Something's happened.
Yes.
You know, so it's been, yeah, and I've been to the gym twice already.
Okay.
And, I mean, you know,
This is what he got out of it. His training is that now he joined a gym. You need to have a plan of action. All this personal development where they hype you up and they get you pumped up to feel good about yourself, you have to leave there with a plan. You have to have a strategy. Am I vegan? The short answer is yes and no. I use honey. What I am is called Life Food Certified, and that is even more strict than vegan. I don't eat grains, I don't eat beans, you know, rice, wheat, soy, corn. I don't eat any hybrid foods, so that's bananas, dates, beets, potatoes, carrots. You could go on my website, lifefoodcertified.com, and click on where it says ingredients, and then it will show you all the ingredients that I do use. I don't use any animal products, so in that regard, I am vegan, but I do wear leather, that I have a leather coat that was gifted to me. I'm not going to throw that out and waste it. I don't kill animals for pleasure or for hunting. Lentils, no, that's has indigestible protein in it because that's a legume. But instead of lentils, you know, which you most likely are using in a recipe, you could substitute with pseudo cereals like quinoa, millet, buckwheat, and those are all complete proteins, and they're not indigestible. They're not grains. They're actually the seeds of a flower, which puts them in the category of fruit in the botanical sense. If you go to that website, lifefoodcertified.com, you can see where it says anatomy, and it has 43 categories of our structure, our physiological structure, including acidity of saliva. It's 44 different things, length of the intestine, and it cross-correlates that to other animals. and we fall into the category which is called a frugivore. It's not an herbivore, because there's in those 44 categories, you can see where we differ from herbivores. So an herbivore could potentially process a legume like a lentil, but we can't. And even though people can survive on that, and it's certainly better than a lot of other shit that people eat, when you talk about healing from, a life-threatening condition, which is the type of people that I work with, or you're talking about optimal performance for athletics or optimal brain performance, you really have to be a little more strict. But I always keep myself open for a free consultation. So if you're using lentils in a recipe, you might want to, you just feel free to send that recipe over to me, and I could just make a quick switch and make that into a Life Food certified recipe. Okay? But I do also use honey, so if you're militant vegan, you might not consider that vegan, because I use honey, and the bees make that honey. Although there is ethical bee farming, and the more money you spend on bee farming, the more you're actually supporting the bee, species. So it's actually good for them when you buy honey. That's how I see it.
Hold on, Vincent. What did you just get moved by?
The presence of my friends and family here tonight.
Yeah. No, but really, just kind of hang with that. You got present to your friends and family. Like, really, the most important thing in the world is your friends and family. And you got present to that. See, for everyone, we don't often allow ourselves to get moved by the people in our lives. We keep running through life at such a fast pace, but we miss the people.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for even asking to say it in French so that they can get them. You with me?
Yeah, thanks, Larry.
Sure. Introduce yourself and your wife and share what you do for a living so people can get the world of you.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Vincent, and I live in Paris. I work for a big French company. I'm in research and development as a middle manager.
What kind of company?
It's my wife, Amrit.
And I'm a midwife.
Midwife.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
And what I want to share with you is something I discovered during the advanced course.
Sure.
During the course, I knew, like theoretically, I knew that I need a vision to have a good life, to have some steady happiness in my life.
Yes.
But I couldn't get to do it and sit down and write it. I just couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And during the advanced course, this is what happened. Through the exercises and the work we did with the group, and I ended up finding the courage to write a vision, Might
Okay.
not be the best
That's
one,
a
or
strategy.
the only one, or the perfect one, but it's something. And it felt such a relief. And, going back to life on Monday, it was like, I could feel I had this vision there, and this was
I'm gonna
something
mute
for me
it
to
again.
move forward.
So I try to keep things simple, I'm not going to do the 2-day course for however many hundreds of dollars it is, but I can see where this is going. My method is 3 steps. I keep it simple. The first one is, if you have a task or an obstacle or a mission or a dream, that we're not going to count that as the first step, because if you don't have that, then you don't need the strategy, this method. Okay, so step 1 is positive energy. Okay, so if these people aren't healthy, if they don't have their health to support their physical actions, and even your thoughts are physical, it's an energy that's traveling through your brain. So if you don't have the underlying healthy structure, you're not going to be able to dig deep when times get tough. You're not going to be able to persevere. You're not going to have your a full mental capacity, your emotional support and all that. So positive energy is the first one. And positive meaning, that you can do it, and energy is what you're putting into it, and that requires your health. The second part is specificity. That's like what this guy is saying here. He wrote down his goals. Okay, so now he has a strategy, he has a plan. You have positive energy, you have specificity, and the third one is determination or perseverance. And that's just, that actually comes back to a physical health, because no matter what happens, you're just going to keep going. Now, just to bring it back to what I originally joined this workshop for, is that I'm going on tour for my League of Champions. I'm going to be rolling into a strange area, a new town, not knowing anyone. I have to connect with the gym and convince them that it's a good idea that they join my league, and put their fighters in my league. Or I have to connect with the gym owner and challenge him to a fight. So that's my dream. I also have to get sponsors. So if the gym owner is going to fight me, what's he going to do it for? He gets paid to train people, so I have to make it interesting. I'm going to put together a prize pot from corporate sponsors, and then we're going to get paid, the two of us, based on our score, and that comes back to my scoring system. But I'll talk about that in another video. So that's my dream. The second part is the positive energy. My health is ready to rumble, and my plan is what I just said. The fact that I'm going on tour, I don't have my home to go back to at night. I don't have a safety net, and that's going to be enough motivation that will force me to do what I got to do. If it's a matter of me eating, or I'm not even eating, if it's a matter of me becoming successful, and to do that, I have to be confident and approach a gym or a business for sponsors. I might feel hesitant, but I'm going to power through that. And I think it's good that I'm watching this, because it's making me verbalize these things, which may have previously been only thoughts. And that's like what the guy was saying when he wrote down his dream.
Since Sunday, and I've been looking.
Makes it more real.
This call today.
Yes.
We got 3 kids here, teenagers.
And I always feel present in the moments when I'm with friends, when I'm with family. I'm always very happy to share with everyone.
Yeah.
So
It's so interesting being with you right now. It's almost like I'm seeing a new kind of human being. You with me?
yeah,
But now you're in trouble, because the possibility you are in the world is now real.
yeah, it is.
It is. There's no more hiding.
Well, I don't even want to hide anymore. So
Very good. Awesome. And can I talk to your mom for a second?
Hi,
So, hi. What's your name?
my name is Lena.
Lena, first of all, thank you.
Thank you.
Because Vincent made such a difference in the advanced course this weekend. But without your having his back and putting him in the forum in the advanced course, that wouldn't have happened. So I acknowledge you for what you're creating, called a future leader.
Hell yeah.
Thank you very much.
And it's the greatest gift you could have given the world, was him in the advanced course this weekend.
She looks healthy. A bit. Not totally,
You
but
with me?
a little bit of fungus.
Yes, thank
I could see a fungal infection.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm very,
right
very
here.
proud of Vincent.
Yes.
Right here,
And
which
my
is
heart just fills
this is
with
my left
joy.
side.
And, at
My left side here, this is the pancreas. So when you see a wart there, or a mark, that's indicative of mold from eating grains. So Lena, From the sound of her voice, I'm gonna say Eastern Europe, Germany maybe. She's eating bread. She's been eating bread her whole life, sourdough even. If it's made out of wheat, that's gonna cause that.
That the future's in good hands with you. Now we know who you are. What's your friend's name? I'm sorry again, say it again.
Moise.
Noise. How is it going for you?
Oh, good. Thanks,
What do you-
Vincent, for inviting me to join.
Yeah. What do you think of all that?
It sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. And if you could have a real breakthrough for yourself, like for your life, what would it be in for you?
He's a teenager. He doesn't know.
So it's hard for me to understand English.
Sure, no problem.
Your
If
question?
you could have a breakthrough, like a unpredictable result for your life as a 15-year-old, like things
man.
you're dealing with that you want to make a difference with, what would that be? It could be anything from communicating with your parents to school to your own self-image, any of that. What would you say?
You're not gonna get anything from that. Come on, kid.
I don't know. Maybe communicating with my friends.
Yeah. By the way, that's a big
Oh,
deal because communication is
Yeah.
the
So the cheeks are. This is the intestines. Okay, and now even if you have a really clean diet, because of the world that we live in, did you know that every single person born can be tested for pesticides in their blood as a newborn? You know, we live in a world that's not perfect. And we're fed, you know, my dad was one of the first vegetarians in the United States in the 70s. And my mother, she took mega doses of vitamin supplements when she was pregnant with me. And my parents had a focus on health food growing up as I grew up, but they didn't do everything perfectly, you know. I ate pizza, I ate pasta, I ate cereal, I ate chips, I ate ice cream, you know. And I'm alive, you know, but I did have a lot of issues that I had to get over. So even though I switched over to completely the most pure, 100% healthy diet that is possible, I still had to go back and clean the system out, because you have what's called a biofilm. And not only that, you have debris that can get in between the cells. It's called the interstitial space. The tissue of the intestine is the most sensitive tissue that we have. So if you're getting inflammation in the intestine, there's a possibility of things that you're eating that could cause it. But I would say that even if you're eating a pure menu, you most likely will have to, first of all, flush your liver, because that's the organ that purifies the blood, and the blood is what heals everything. So the liver is the most important organ to keep clean. You can do that with the oil and lemon flush. You can look that up on YouTube, or I can guide you through that. It's not hard to do. Once you clean the liver, then you can go in and clean the intestine. And that's what this is. And then if it's popping up at times of the month when your hormones are, high, it's just because you know, your body is like in overdrive, and it's very sensitive. As a female, the hormones, they give you like superpowers. So you have to take these signs from your body as as a message. And I would say the first thing is, if you want to get super strict with your menu, it might help. But then even if you already are super strict like I am, you also want to get into a bit of cleansing. And skin conditions is the easiest thing to fix with liver flushing, because the blood that goes to to everything is coming from the liver. So even the skin, even the brain, even the heart, it's all improved by cleaning out the liver.
Through knowing. People, we all know a lot. But you ever notice that all of what we know doesn't alter our behavior? But we know a lot. So we're looking at it from a completely distinct direction. So now let me explain a little bit more about what I'm talking about. So I want you to imagine this circle is all of knowledge, everything there is to be known. Like all of knowledge, everything is to be known.
Okay, we're looking at a circle here.
How much would you say that you know? Maybe.
Yeah,
I want to talk to a guest. Raise your hand if you're a guest. How much do you think that you know? Who'd be willing to say it for your guest? Let's see if we can see a guest out there. And only the guest raise their little hand if you know we want to share something.
Pick me.
Have a guest with Pablo.
Sure. Please.
Look at the prompter. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello? Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, you hear me? Good.
Yeah.
Tiny amount.
Okay, good. What's your name?
Harry.
Say again?
Harry?
Ari? So Ari, I'm going to kind of work with you through this. Are you willing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good. So you say a little tiny bit, right?
Yeah, Irene, if you're still there,
Okay, good. So now,
I can help you with any
first of all, let's take
questions.
this first slice
Once
of
I
pie.
sign off,
Is what you know.
you can connect me anytime.
Ari, tell me something that you know.
I know that it's illegal to drive on the wrong side of the road.
Perfect. So you know it's illegal to drive on the wrong side of the road, right?
Yeah.
Good. Now, there's another slice of the pie of what you don't know. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me something that you don't know.
I don't know the 10 digits of pi. That's 10 digits of pi.
Neither do I. Okay.
Okay.
But 10 digits of pi, that's the first. So now, but there's also a world of what, and you know that you know something, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you also know what you don't know, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, good. What is what you know that you know and what you know that you don't know? What do they have in common?
Well, it's both fields that I know, right?
Very good. Because you know what you know you don't know, yes?
I wonder how much of the 2 days you actually get these good nuggets, and then how much time that you're paying for is actually fluff,
Yeah.
But you keep doing it.
Yes.
How come?
Well, I don't know. I guess probably because the fact that you know something's bad doesn't always, lead to action. Knowledge doesn't always lead to action in that sense.
Very good. Well said. Well said. But what can you do with what you know that you know?
And you can act on it.
Good, you can use it. What do you do with what you know that you don't know?
You can make an effort to come to know it, right?
Yeah, very good. Or you just leave it alone, right?
Yeah.
Good. Here's where everybody as I talk to, I'd say first name again, I'm sorry. I say first name again?
Ari?
Ari, I apologize. So Ari, what's really interesting is the landmark forum doesn't work in any of those two areas. Here's where we operate. It's what you don't know that you don't know. And you don't even know you don't know it. Give me an example of what you don't know
That's
you don't
what
know.
you're paying for, huh?
Well, can I?
Say it again?
Can I? Because if I don't know that I don't know it, how can I give an example of it?
You can't.
Yeah.
But where the forum operates is in, and you don't know you don't know, on another way of saying it, we call it a blind spot.
Mhm.
Blind spots are those areas of life where you have a limitation, a barrier, a constraint. All those areas of life where you say, I'm not going to do something, keep doing it again. Well, there's something in the background, like a blind spot that you can't see. But that's what's actually running your life. Are you with me so far?
Yeah. I felt.
And good. And what we do in the forum is bring what's in the background hidden from your view to the foreground so you can what?
So you can know that you don't know.
Yeah, Jack.
Yeah, very good.
10%.
But the moment you can see
I
it,
think you're
no
being
longer
kind on
blind
that.
to it. You now have a new access for life and producing extraordinary results in those areas of life that are important to you. And that's what this work is about, is unconcealing your blind spots so that you can then fulfill on the life you were given to live. Are you interested in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why your partner invited you here, because he wanted that for you.
Yeah. I feel I should say that I have already signed up for a forum.
Great.
It's thanks to me. Yeah, it's because of how much an effect it's having. Yes. You know,
By the way,
yeah.
Totally. And thanks for actually empowering his commitment to you.
Very well.
Very good. Thank you. Really well done. Really well said. So now I want to get back to people in the forum sharing. So if you're a guest in those areas of life that are important to you, where you have a loss of power or a loss of freedom or loss of self-expression or peace of mind, there's some blind spot at play that's undistinguished, that once it gets distinguished, you'll have access to a new world. So
Yeah, I still watch UFC, Jack. Pretty much every event. I'm still in the gym almost every day, and I'm training to fight, even though it's a modified rule set. I'm telling you that the action is just as fast and furious as real MMA. It's actually even more action-packed because there's no head contact, so people actually go for it. They go harder because they're not scared of getting knocked out. So it's actually quite strenuous. And I'm telling you that having sparred 4 MMA fights with UFC fighters, I'm telling you that having fought in the UFC, that the action that you're going to see in my League of Champions is going to be what you're used to in MMA. It's just going to be a little bit visually different because of the padding, and you might not be used to the scoring. But I watch UFC almost every event for research purposes, to see what people are doing, what's effective. I have a few fighters that I like, and I root for them. But I watched this last weekend. I'm watching this weekend coming up.
Like this negativity about it, I can just put it aside, be in my own space, create.
You have a
the
YouTube channel,
how I want
Jack
to
Attack.
be,
I'll check that out.
and how I am, and just do it. So yesterday
there's a commonality in sales, across all sales, where it's like, because they're selling this program here. So if they sell you, it's probably $1,000. I don't know, but you could look it up. Oh, Gabber Mate? Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. What was I going to say about sales? They're selling $1,000 program or whatever. So they want to make sure that you think you're getting your money's worth. So they're going to put in, it's like these fitness training programs that people buy online. Most of it is stuff that you could get in other places. But you got to feel like you're getting your money's worth. So they pump it up with all this extra stuff that's not really what the benefit of the thing is. So there's probably, like Jack said, there's probably a small percentage of the actual program that's the real good stuff. Gabber Mate, huh? Gabber Mate? I'll check him out. Oh shit, what'd I do? Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, so y'all have the freedom to share both.
It could go on all night. Be careful, Larry. You know how
I'm gonna go on YouTube.
Good point.
So
Gabber.
Before the advanced course, my life was great because I'd got so much from the forum, and I'd got my mum.
There he is.
Still
I'm gonna check him out after
small,
this.
And it was still about me and my life, and I was still talking about stepping over, and somehow something would change in the future, and it would become okay.
Jack's channel is
But
great. I've
what
seen
I
it.
got
Okay.
out of this course is the access to step into my power now. And I created the possibility of being love, power, and integrity. Creation of that possibility has changed my life in the last
Jack
few
Attack
days. And the
MMA.
biggest manifestation of it is I can stand in that possibility even
there we
in
go.
the face of non-agreement.
You got a new subscriber, my
And
guy.
that always knew before. As I thought somebody wasn't approving of what I was doing, I'd go back to playing small.
Yeah, I'll go check
since
out
the advanced
this
course,
guy in a second.
The thing that I've been trying to do all my life, step
Jack
into my
Attack.
power. I'm in it. And I feel
You hear these key phrases, these phrases in Tony Robbins and all these motivational speakers: step into your power, be present. What does it actually mean? Thoughts on the Herman Rodriguez fight? I was actually freaking laughing that in the post-fight interview when, who was it? Was it Bisping? He said, "Oh, the elephant in the room, you faked it." Herman's like, "Oh, well, in the heat of the moment, I don't know what happened. I'll have to go back and watch the videotape." Like, yeah, okay, buddy. He got away with that one. That's a veteran move. Good on him. I think they should definitely have instant replay in that case from the outside. Apparently, the corner could have called for a review. Herman's corner, Rodriguez's corner could have called for a review. But I don't know what was going on in the arena there, if they could see the replay on the screen or something. But yeah, sucks for Rodriguez, huh? He goes from winning to... You felt for Ed. How'd you feel for Ed? He's the one who won. What the hell? Mike should have stood up for himself, though. You're right about that.
Weeks time.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So yes.
No, that sucks. He did get his win bonus, though.
Course,
He got paid.
Well, like Debs and I went on the forum together and shared some amazing times together.
Yeah.
Like her, I felt
That
very much
interview
like I
is
had some
hilarious. You can
amazing
tell he's just
breakthroughs
lying
with
through his
family
teeth.
And my own little world. Having done the forum, I feel a closeness with everyone. I'm talking about strangers. I'm talking about my friends.
Okay, now, I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep this on because I try not to really go over an hour on my live broadcast, but I'll just say this. Look, I'm just going to bring it back to the physical health because we're social animals. The reason why we're the top of the food chain is not because we're physically strong. It's not because we're smart either. Although we figured things out, it's because of the teamwork. And that's why we're able to take down a giant wildebeest, as a stupid example, or whatever. That's how an army can be led by one man. That's called EQ, emotional intelligence. So when she says, oh, I feel in love with everybody, I feel connected to everybody, that's our natural state. That's not something special that you have to be trained at. That's something that a child can be, who's contaminated. Okay, now you have something like Asperger's and autism and all these spectrum behavior disorders. And that's from vaccination, that's from grains. And it affects how the brain can connect, how you can read energy and, respond to that energy. So, I think there's something to be said for mind over matter. I'm always going to come back to the physical, though, because you can talk for 2 days straight, and you can pay $1,000 for somebody to talk to you for 2 days straight, and you can get some words in there too. But at the end of the day, when you go home, you're going to be the same person that you were before physically, unless you have a strategy of action, and that's a physical thing. That's not language, although the language that you speak to yourself could cause a change in your behavior. And that's what the native teaches, that healing is actually a change in behavior. So the Philosopher and the Wolf, Irene, I'm going to look that up. You guys are giving me some good stuff here. To be honest, I'm not a good reader. I mean, I can read, but I always look for YouTube videos. Oh, here's a PDF. Wow, there's a free PDF download. Look at that. Let me see if there's a video on it. Mark Rowlands, the philosopher, and he discusses his book. Okay. All right, cool. Let's go back to the Zoom and see if we can get anything else. Somebody else to talk.
It was a completely different relationship with the people that I love and that matter to me in my life, and that's my mom, and that's my wife, and that's my 2 children. And then 2 years on, the thing I actually went into the Landmark Forum for happened anyway, which was my career went from zero to hero in a terms where I was creating digital health technology with the confidence of doing that. But I was bumping up against something. Something was calling. And when I did, just before the advanced course this weekend, Larry, what I was bumping up against was a lack of fulfillment, being in the corporate environment for 20 years and not actually creating what I created in that environment outside and be able to share that with the world. And what I did on Monday, Larry, was I called my boss and we had a meeting on Zoom. And for the first time ever, I shared with her that what I want to do is outside of the company, and this is what I want to create. And I'm leaving the corporate environment on the 30th of September with the possibility that one of the biggest pharmaceutical companies becomes my client.
Oh my God, just kill yourself right now. More pharmaceuticals? Come on. Oh God. This guy's going to be selling pills and vaccines. I don't want this guy to be empowered. Joel, jump off a bridge.
Thank you. And
What is
thank
this
you
world
to
coming to?
everyone who was on there. That's it.
Well, yeah, that's it. That's all.
Oh my God, I can't with these people. They're pumping up more drug salesmen. That's why, I believe that my mission, that my brand is more important than all this bullshit. And, I'm going to fight these people. I'm going to fight them in the marketplace. I'm going to fight people in real life, and then I'm going to fight them in the marketplace. And, all these pharmaceuticals are in existence because the food system is fucked. So that's the sneak attack of Master Luki brand, is coming through mixed martial arts into the commercial food service industry.
Like, really, to make, look, for all of you guests, I'm pretty direct about something. I want everyone to do the Landmark Forum. Why? Because of that possibility being alive in the world. Like, whatever you want, whatever you say you want for yourself in your life, that you have it versus talking about having it.
I mean, I'm talking about it, but
it's fulfilled.
I'm talking about it, but it takes a moment in time. I'm going soon, probably the end of the month. I'm not procrastinating, trust me. I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Hi everyone.
Timing is everything.
Hello, Pedro.
It's really good to be here, and thank you for letting me share.
Yes.
Okay, so before the advanced course, I felt, like professional life, professional wise, I was being bossed around. Okay, I work in quality and safety in aviation, and that was it, And through the advanced course, I really got that I was being pre-programmed. I pre-programmed myself, to act in being in a certain way. Mm-hmm. And by that, I was losing the power and, taking out the vision of my dreams, my own dreams, to do something really powerful through the world. So I really got that. And I would not say after the advanced course, because it was during the advanced course. I just created a vision for it, to work in the leadership on the aviation world. And I brought 3 great friends of mine here. So Danielle, which is my future partner here. Okay, he's laughing now. And I also brought João and Afonso, which are 2 amazing people that I met in the MBA that I did a long time ago. And they are also powerful people to transform the world. So very grateful for them to be here, and go for it. This is really, really transformational, and we are making a difference in the world. I want to thank you, Larry, and everyone else in the course, because it was really amazing. Thank you.
Just being with you, it's like being with there's like a real peace where you are right now, Pedro.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I can get it.
They should call this the fucking circle jerk forum. Everybody just sucking each other's dicks. Oh, everything's so great.
You're welcome. Thanks. I want to get a couple more, then I'm going to have guests here because I want to hear from you.
Oh, give me the mic.
Gintari first, and then Marvin after that.
Give me the mic.
Hey guys.
Gintari?
So first of all, I really want to thank Alexis, who is the person that actually stood for me in advanced course in Landmark Forum about half a year ago, and he's here. He just messaged me saying that he sees me. So I just want to thank from the bottom of my heart. We didn't know each other that much. He actually stood for me there and said, Jin, you have to do this. And it has been life-changing for me, the Landmark Forum, and now the advanced course too. So first of all, just thank you so much for standing for me.
And so now, given that, who is he now for you?
He changed my life. He opened I changed my life, but he opened opportunities for me.
Yeah. And I asked that.
I mean, I can't shit on it because I think there is a validity to mind over matter. You know, the brain actually is a physical organ. I guess I'm too hard on it. I still think that the physical health comes first, but I'm gonna stop shitting on these people. The fact of the matter is that if you don't take care of your health, you won't be able to follow through. Look at Steve fucking Jobs. Boom.
Of course, my life was like really led by my act of just being silent and not being authentic, and also not being within my integrity. So first of all, I wouldn't say the truth. If something was uncomfortable, I would just be nice or be silent. But what that happens when throughout the time you're silent, you wait, maybe the problem will solve. Well, it doesn't happen. And then I used to just leave and just say they're out of my life. So what it created in my life is that I never had really like long-lasting relationships, and I felt very lonely, and I felt unloved, and that people don't care about me, people that I'm not important, which is not true because I was pushing those people away.
No, it's true.
So what I
people
learned,
are cunts.
and also I was really procrastinating in my business. I was putting aside all the things that I have to do, but that I want to do, and then get stressed out and, pile up the things. So what Advanced Course opened up for me, and what I've been doing now, I've been having authentic conversations with the people that I care about. And when something is uncomfortable and my act comes in, I realize that, I notice that, and I sit with that because I still want to do it. But what I then can do is create new possibilities and create something that doesn't exist. So I've been doing that. I've been having uncomfortable conversations, which built friendships for me, for my
Create
life.
something that doesn't exist. That's what I'm talking about.
Onboarded my team. I got a new training for them, and I've been doing that training by myself. I organized everything, got all the things that I had there waiting, done literally in this weekend. I would wake up by myself today, 4:30, yesterday, 5 minutes to 5. Literally, I just feel on fire. So I'm grateful.
You're in a new world.
So, you're 100% right, Irene. You said what they're saying has substance, but is very circle jerk. Yep, maybe because they're paying. Okay, so it's like they want it to be valid, so that they don't feel like they wasted their money. I think if you look up people who go through these transformational programs like Tony Robbins and stuff like that, a lot of their experience is the same, that they feel really good after, but what they actually get out of it, it requires an action plan, like I've been saying.
And for me, I did the Landmark Forum just under a year ago, and things stopped working in the way that I understood, and I felt I got to a bit of a ceiling, and I was bumping my head, and relationships were starting to fracture. And so the advanced course really got me in tune with what I mean to other people and how I can stand for them, and what impact I can make in their life. And there's a couple of really beautiful moments. So my friend today, Donald, he's on the call with me, and he's one of those incredible people that I've met through doing this work in the community. And he actually checked me halfway through the course. He said the way I was being was condescending, was his actual language. And originally, normally I would have ducked that comment, or I would have explained it in a way that made it felt like it was someone else's fault, or not my intention. And being able to be connected to so many people, I could feel that I had impacted him, and I was able just to say, you know what, I'm sorry. And I really do love him. And it was really nice to have an authentic moment. And now I'm able to kind of, you know, bring that to everybody else in my life. Me and my wife had an incredible weekend. And you know, I was looking for, I actually wanted to leave the course early just to hang out with her, to like express how the course made me feel. So I've had an incredible weekend, and I just want to say thank you to everyone in the space who brought it. There were a couple of people, I don't want to name them and highlight them further, but that really drove it home for me. And just experiencing you and your discovery made me remember why I was here. And so thank you. And I feel like the Black community will benefit from, you know, my time in the advanced course.
Yeah. It
Oh
will.
shit!
Then it'll make a difference in the world with everyone.
The Black community.
And that's the leadership, Marvin.
Okay.
You don't have to make me cry this time, okay? You got me 3 times, three days in a row. Let's do joy. Thank you, Larry.
He cried.
Very well done, Marvin. Very
It
well
happens.
done.
It happens. Don't worry about it,
It's
my guy.
so good. So given that, so for guests, those are the results that people created for themselves.
I wonder if crying is actually a type of a cleansing that, you know, water holds memory.
I am passionate about life in your life. Abdullah, how are you? Good, welcome. So now I'm going to speak directly to those of you who are here tonight that are a friend, family member, or colleague of someone who
Here we go.
has participated in the advanced course. Look, we
me.
now want to give you an opportunity to participate in the conversation.
Oh,
like to
yeah.
participate and share.
Okay.
We're going to invite you to share with us what really matters to you, what you're dealing with, what breakthroughs are you looking for in the areas of life that are important to you. So I'm going to put up the slide so you can actually see what's there. It's what really matters to you. What are you dealing with? What are the breakthroughs that you're looking for in areas of your life that are really important to you? It's almost like asking yourself, wow, what results would make a real difference for me? Or wow, if I had that breakthrough in the area of my life, that would be extraordinary. So I want to just get this people have never, now, let me make something clear. This is for people who have never done the Landmark Forum, who are our guests tonight. It's just for those people. Okay, because if you raise your hands and you're not one of those, I'll ask you not to. So it's just those people. So who'd be willing to share of our guests?
First of all, I'm calling on Wendy Byatt. Welcome. Look for the prompt to unmute.
Now, if some of your other guests, get your hands up too. Get in it. Get in the life of, get in the game of this. Wendy, where are you?
Put me in.
You are. I can hear you.
Oh,
yes, Wendy.
Hello. Yes, well, I'm Wendy Byatt, and I'm a bit tearful after the lovely tribute my daughter's given me tonight.
Oh, wow. Irene, is this your neighbor?
Deborah's my daughter. I'm
I can't understand what she's saying.
Well, I'm not, but so I know what you've been going through.
Well, no, welcome. And hold on. And she was awesome. So thank you for having an awesome daughter.
Thank you. Yes, I've known that for some time, and it is amazing, really, because I'm getting to know her. You'll know, people don't know, but we had some problems, and that first she did the Landmark Forum at the beginning of the year, and I came to that last night.
Yes.
The Tuesday night of her Landmark Forum, and that really started it all off. It was just amazing. And what's true is that once you've touched Landmark, even though I've not been able to do the Landmark Forum myself, it started off something in me.
Yes.
And I'm so proud of her. And you wouldn't know that when she said about she'd never felt alive, I can assure you she's been very alive for 52 years. But this has brought a whole new dimension. And it's also had its effect on me because I've got things I would like to do, and I've left it a little bit late. I'm 81, but they do say.
Oh, God bless. You look great.
So, and I say,
She looks great for 81.
use them to the best, and for my own happiness and for the happiness of the world. And that's what I think Landmark does. It's not just the love.
Yes.
You get for yourself. It's the love you can bring and share, and the difference you can make to people's lives. So that's what I'll be looking for.
And be specific. What's the breakthrough you want to have?
Well, it's a bit like Deborah's.
Got
I
it.
didn't realise I had power.
You might be worse.
I was always very, my age group,
Okay.
you was not, well, you know, conditioned into a way of living, and you
Yes.
didn't realise the things you squashed in yourself to conform. And I
Oh my
wrote to
God.
break a few rules.
Well, can I share something with you?
Yes, I'd be happy for that. Yes.
I had a person in my landmark forum, one in North Carolina. She was 96.
Lovely. That's what I love to hear. Thank you.
And I had another woman in my landmark forum in New York. She was 99.
Lovely.
And I asked the one in North Carolina.
Yeah, so like I was saying, there's something to be said for mind over matter. People who have a nice disposition, I think they live a longer life. You know? Like you can see this guy, the bald guy, he doesn't have this here, which I have. It's actually my colon, but it also has to do with my brain, that I'm kind of like flustered. So I look older than I should.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello.
Hello, Daniel.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Well, my name is Daniel. I'm in Portugal. Okay, Pedro, he just invited me to be here today. And I first of all, I'd like to thank him. And thank you, Larry, for this amazing group and amazing job you are making.
Thank you.
Now the breakthroughs, yeah.
Just read it right from the slide. It'll make it a little easier for you. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, what really matters to you? I'm going to answer this. What are you dealing with? What are the breakthroughs are you looking for in the areas of your life that are important to you? What really matters to me? Becoming successful with my own personal brand and getting custody back of my kids. Creating a brand that people can depend on for their health and the health of their families. And protecting all the warriors and the innocents from traumatic brain injury and other injuries in mixed martial arts, and taking down all the scumbags who are promoting that bullshit, taking them all down. What are the breakthroughs that you're looking for in the areas of life that are important to you? I have to be a fearless salesman when I go into these new areas to connect with the dojo owners and the business people who are going to provide sponsorship money. I have to be confident, you know, to get the ball rolling. I think that's the hardest part for me is just to make that first step. It's almost like asking yourself, what result would make a real difference for me? I mean, it boils down to money. It boils down to creating something, having the money to create that, and then getting the payoff from that being a valuable brand. Wow, if I had a breakthrough in that area of my life, that would be extraordinary. It's going to be bigger than extraordinary. If you could imagine how big the UFC is, if you could imagine how big the NFL is, if you could imagine how big Power Rangers is, McDonald's, Nike, I'm combining all of that. That's how big I want to be.
Rest of us in each minute, and it's
Irene says just the fact that you can stress yourself to the point that your hair falls out shows you do the kinds of things it can do physically. Well, look, people say stress causes hair loss. It's partially true because it is a stress, but it comes from the physical body, not from like, oh, you know, I'm having problems with my relationships. That doesn't cause people to go bald. The major cause of baldness is animal products. Now, I'm thinning here and here Those are the two corners of my intestine. The colon on this side, the ileocecal valve, which is the connection of the small intestine and large intestine. Okay, that's been stressed from overuse. And then this is the sigmoid colon here. So if my hair was grown in, you would see how this is thin here. The other part that's thinning is the heart, which is back here. And that's just the stress of this and always being stressed that causes the heart muscle to be stressed. But you're looking at somebody who's completely bald, you're looking at a complete system malfunction. And that's 100% caused by their lifestyle, not from bullshit that happens to us. You know, you can have stress happen to you in life, but how you deal with that, what your response is, that's the important thing. Because everybody's stressed, but why do some people go bald and some people don't? And it's not genetics either, because genetics is just a blueprint that needs to be expressed. And the expression comes out, what I was talking about on my show last night, the expression comes about through the microbiome, which is the bacteria that you get from what you eat. Let me put the mute back off.
My mom, sometimes.
Yeah, your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mom. And your friends.
Mommy issues.
Yeah.
Don't we all have mommy issues? Jack Attack MMA. You said you have some fighters that you root for, just wondering which. This weekend, I'm going to root for Kobe. I'm rooting for Kobe, not because I like his style. He's actually a shit fighter, in my opinion. Actually, no. He's actually good. I like how he mixes up his elbows, believe it or not, and his punching and his wrestling. He's actually a really good fighter. When I say he's a shit fighter, he's the type of fighter that I never wanted to fight. The guys who were going to take me down and just wear me out and fucking beat the shit out of me. Because I was more of a Muay Thai fighter. I was almost always the better striker. But I love the whole game. I'm rooting for Kobe because, he stands up for what he believes in. I don't like... I don't like Tyron Woodley. I think he's fucking lazy. Honestly, I've seen him training and I've seen the way he fights, and I don't think he's got a deep tank. I think he's physically strong. I think he's on steroids like them all, but I don't think he has what it takes to be a real champion. I think he got to where he was on his physical attributes, but he doesn't have the fortitude to gut it out. He gave up mentally against fucking Usman.
I want to hear everything you can say. Okay, good. Now keep talking.
Me?
So the breakthrough I'm looking for, Larry, and everyone, is I am trying to find ways in which my external reality can communicate with my internal reality. So what that means is people that I once knew, I have now reconnected with. I want to shout out Alexis for the second time. Alexis Louis, I went to school with him 10 years ago. I hadn't seen him for years.
I don't think I'm going to be getting the mic. It's probably predetermined who they're actually going to call on.
Connected again. And
this could be just a big show to sell.
Just one
to sell more memberships or whatever it is, Who knows if it's even actually live? It probably is, but because I saw the guy who invited me, I saw him on. Who else am I gonna root for? Kobe. I can't think of any right now. That's the main event, right? Who else is fighting? Give me another fight, I'll tell you who I'm rooting for.
Or you need.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So part of what I'm committed to with you is that you actually deal with it versus talking about dealing with it.
Yeah, very much so, man.
Oh,
I feel like
shit.
I'm in doing mode now, not thinking mode.
Yeah, well, we're going to expand that in a way that you've never experienced before, like opening up to you to a new world. But you got to be willing to
Yeah,
put your
that's
butt
what I'm
on the
saying.
line
The minimal
for it.
output.
Always.
Once you get knocked out, he's been knocked out a couple of times. Fucking Nate Marquardt knocked him out cold. You get a little trigger shy because that's a possibility. That's what I was saying before about my league. You don't really see people being shy about pulling the trigger because there's no risk of getting knocked out. So the combos are longer, they're faster, they're more intense. People just go for it. He's getting up there in age, so he's not as carefree, wild and carefree as he used to be. The other thing is, I heard that testosterone causes hesitation. I don't know where I heard that, but I did hear it.
Dee, thank
Might
you
be
for being
bullshit.
willing to engage in this
So Irene, you think Tyron's gonna lose too?
I'm in London.
That would suck for him because he hates Colby. Oh my God, that would be a nightmare for him. Holy.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Well, I'm Maria. I'm from Galicia. It's in the northwest of Spain.
Okay.
And well, I would like to share what really matters to me right now is to care about myself, like I'm doing. And
Care about yourself.
Because usually
you look like you've been
I used to care about others more
comfort
than
food.
myself. Well, I'm
You
a
look like
nursing
you've been eating too much
assistant,
comfort
and
food.
it's true that it's in the heart of a nurse to care about others.
Anthony
But-
Smith says if Tyron can't get motivated to fight
years
Colby,
I
then he'll
realized
never
that
be motivated enough
I
to
have
win.
to care about my.
Well, Bruce Lee said you have to have emotional content, not anger. So if he actually really hates Colby, that could work against him because that's only going to get you pumped up, but then you're going to crash. You shouldn't need any motivation to fight because motivation comes and goes. What you need is a strategy and determination. And that's what I said my 3-point thing is. The positive energy, that's the physical health, the strategy, and the determination. Motivation is maybe a little bit just to get you started with the positive energy. But that's not going to be enough to carry you through a point where you have to dig deep in a fight. Let's see, motivated enough to win. Yeah, the performance should be motivation enough. The action, that's like when you're training, you have to be in the moment, like what these people are saying, they're present. When you're pushing, just as an example, when you're doing push-ups and the fucking muscle is just tearing and it's burning and it's hurting and your body's like trying to find the easy way out. It's helpful to think of your goals, but the way you really power through that is to go into the pain. To be there in the pain and to defeat the pain there. So for him to need motivation that comes from Colby, that's actually a weakness. He shouldn't need even an opponent to be able to perform, if you understand what I mean. That's got to come from inside. He's got to have that fire burning in him to do his moves, regardless of who's on the other end. And Anthony Smith, I don't know what to think about that guy.
We can have a couple more, please.
Okay, next
Pick
calling
me,
on
pick me.
Josh Galank.
Josh got the call. Do I think Gerald Meerschaert Meerschaert could pull the upset against Khamzat Chimaev. I saw an interview with Gerald, and I actually became his friend on Facebook before he was in the UFC. So I'll be rooting for him. I'll be rooting for him as an American. No offense, Irene. It's like home team, you know. Not that I have like a philosophical opposition to somebody who's Muslim or anything like that. Not at all. I just almost always, unless it's a personal a fighter that I like as a person, I almost always root for the American. It's just like a home team thing. So I'll be rooting for him for that. I'll be rooting for him because he's the underdog. And I was watching an interview with him, and they actually booked the other guy, Khamzat, what's his name? Khamzat. They actually booked him against Damian Maia already because they think he's going to defeat Gerald. So that's bullshit, and Gerald was pissed. But Gerald brought up some good points. He said he's actually a better grappler than anybody that Khamzat's faced. So, yeah, I haven't seen enough of Khamzat, and I haven't really, I can't think of anything about Gerald. I don't think it will be too much of an upset because we haven't seen enough of Khamzat, but, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if he beats the shit out of Gerald too, because I don't see Gerald as somebody who's going to have the extra strategy besides being physically gifted. I think Khamzat and Gerald probably equal in the physical department. Khamzat has a strategy that's like a fucking giant sword. And you can defeat a giant sword with a parry because they swing so hard at it. If you parry it to the side, that force is going to take them too far. And then it's going to be hard for them to recover. But if he hits you with that, you know, it's like a one-shot kill. And he's actually really good at striking too. Even though he's obliterated everybody with grappling, Khamzat's actually a really good striker too. So I wouldn't be surprised if he steamrolls him. There's got to be a reason that they've seen that they're already booking him his next fight. And Gerald, he might not be good enough. So if I had to bet money, I would probably put it on Khamzat, even though I'm going to root for the underdog. But I'll probably be happy either way because I'm a fan of the game. I like watching Khabib beat the shit out of people, even though I root against him because that's my nightmare opponent. I like watching his technique, you know? And I'm going to enjoy that fight regardless.
Life gave us that we still want.
Oh, I get it. And that's what the form is about, is by you creating that new life and doing the work it takes and let it go so you can actually create something that's never been created before. Yeah, it'll take courage to do that.
Hell yeah.
But if you have the courage to leave a law practice to go do what you're doing, you've got the courage. We just want to bring it up where it's there. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. And Josh, thanks for communicating that. I get it.
Thank you for listening.
You're very welcome. My pleasure. Last one, please.
Next calling on Sophie.
They can't handle me anyway.
Hi. I didn't.
You worry for
Okay.
you worry for Gerald's shin? Oh, has he been knocked out? Well,
I'm
that
Sophie.
you can't get
I
that
live
back.
in London.
If he's got a suspect chin, forget about it. That guy, Khamzat, he looks like you have to stop him with repeated punches. Of course, nobody's punch proof, but he looks like he's got a strong chin, and he's the type of guy that if you drop him, you have to start punching him in the head until the referee stops it. I don't think he's getting put out. He's probably very experienced, and those are the type of people that they don't really put themselves in the position to get knocked out, because you have to kind of swing into it, and as you're swinging into it, your chin connects with the other punch coming in. He might get clipped, and that's always a possibility. But if Gerald's been knocked out, if you're saying you worry about his chin, maybe he's been knocked out before, I don't think that's a good sign at all. I think that's it. I wouldn't bet on him for that.
Yeah, well,
It would be great. Yeah, of course. It would be
yeah, but
great.
here's the thing. That's why Deb invited you here, because she wanted that for you.
She's very enthusiastic.
Well, his was really amazing.
It's almost it's an hour and a half now. I might stay on for another half hour because I think the guy who recommended this to me is going to call me, and he might give me some free training. He might give me some free consultation. He might give me those golden nuggets that instead of me paying for, he might just. If you've ever dealt with somebody who does hypnotherapy or neurolinguistic programming or any of this behavioral change work, it's possible that they can talk to you and the language that they use, it resonates to areas of your brain, and without even you thinking about it, you're actually changing, and then that results in a change in behavior. So I'll probably hang on to the end of this call just to see if he calls me and gives me some free, NLP work or whatever you want to call it.
Create out of the form in the advanced course. One thing for certain in life.
Because I'm so connected with the people who are connected to me through my teacher, Dr. David Jubb, they're very intelligent because of the food, the neurolinguistic programming, which he calls whole brain functioning. Whole brain functioning actually came out from the same seed that neurolinguistic programming came out. It's just like a different brand name for the same thing, although his is slightly different. So they want me to be successful because they know my mission is so important with the food and the brain injury and stuff like that. So I'm most likely going to get this experience of the Landmark Forum. I'm going to get that for free. Most likely. Gerald's coming off a TKO loss where he got dropped badly and put out with punches by Heinisch. Oh man, Heinisch, really? He's not even that good. He's just strong. Damn.
We bring all of your life, what you're dealing with as we go to work.
We missed something. Sorry about that.
Everyone identify a problem in your life. So everyone identify a problem in your life so that you are really included yourself in this conversation. So identify some problem in your life. I'll take a second to
No money. No money, and at the beginning...
Okay. It can be an area of your life that you've been working on or wrestling with.
No sales.
Or it can be an area of your life where you're out to make something happen.
Yes.
Or accomplish something at odds. To see when the odds seem stacked against you.
Facts.
It can really be anything that you're dealing with that you consider a problem.
Yeah, a challenge.
To start the conversation, I'm going to show you a video that will introduce you to a new way of seeing and dealing with problems in your life.
Is the volume okay for you
After
guys?
the
I don't know if
video,
you're paying attention.
We're actually going to work on the problem. Work with someone to make it even more real.
Oh shit.
Everybody ready?
Bad.
Okay, let's go, please.
Volume's good? Bad.
We're going to talk about an issue that we are all very familiar with, and that is what we call problems. One thing all of us seem to have to deal with in life are problems, and everyone has them. And when I have a problem, it is really a problem. So obviously, it would make a difference to be really powerful in dealing with problems.
Boom.
Let's start with a fresh look at this whole area by asking the question, what exactly is a problem? Most people, after thinking about it a bit, would say that a problem is what you have when circumstances aren't the way you want them to be, or when people don't do what you expect them to do, or when they don't act the way you expect or want them to act. Then you have a problem. And people tend to believe that the more there is to overcome or solve, the bigger the problem. However, maybe there's something powerful in looking at what makes something a problem from an entirely different perspective, a new perspective, that provides an access for dealing with problems that isn't limited to solving difficulties or overcoming circumstances. That's a bit of a radical idea, but let's look at this. Contrary to what most people believe, problems don't exist there in what most people would call the circumstances. Now, what do I mean when I say problems don't exist there in the circumstances? When you look closely at it, there's no problem in the circumstances. So, when you have a flat tire, while you may have a problem with it, it's not a problem for the tire. Or if there's an earthquake, it's not a problem for the earth. Or if your computer crashes, it's not a problem for your computer. Now, if my computer crashes, it's sure a problem for me, it's just not a problem for my computer. Here's the point. The circumstances are just only people have problems. And we have problems because we have language.
Okay.
Now, to be clear, I'm not saying that problems aren't real. In fact, I would tell you the opposite. I'm saying everyone has problems. Problems come with being human. And I'm also saying that where problems exist for us human beings is in language. Now, let's take a look at the way problems are normally structured in language. All problems have what I'm going to call a common linguistic structure. That's a mouthful, huh? A common linguistic structure. Or, said simply, a common way we talk about, think about, and view our problems. Consider all of us talk about, think about, and view our problems in the following way. I'm committed to something, let's call that X, but there seems to be something standing in my way. Let's call that Y. I'm committed to X, but Y. Now let's explore the structure of problems more closely. I want to go on vacation, but I can't afford it. Or, I want to be in a relationship, but I don't want to be hurt again. Or, I want to spend more time with my family, but I'm overcommitted. Now, let me tell you something you may not have noticed. In the way all of us construct problems, there's one little word in that structure that shapes our whole relationship to our problems. And that word is but. Now, what's wrong with the word but? Well, there's nothing wrong with the word but. It's just when you use the word but in the linguistic structure of problems, it creates the way our problems occur for us. In fact, the word but creates an artificial opposition to whatever comes before it. So, for instance, if I use the example of I want to go on vacation, but I can't afford a vacation, it makes going on vacation seem impossible. And that's just not the case. While I wish I had more money for a vacation, that doesn't have to stop me from going on a vacation. These two statements are simply two distinct facts that are not inherently opposed to each other. Using the word but is ultimately disempowering when we talk about our problems.
Okay.
One of the impacts of this inaccurate and artificial opposition is it obscures your ability to see a way to make what you want actually happen, and limits your creativity and effectiveness. Now, while that makes sense, at the same time, what can you do about that? Well, it's actually quite simple. All we have to do is make a small change to the linguistic construct. Let's simply remove the word but and replace it with the word and. So, let's see what happens if we do that. I want to go on vacation and I can't afford a vacation.
So?
Now that begins to change things. I want to be in a relationship and I don't want to be hurt again. Can you start to hear the difference? I want to spend more time with my family and I'm overcommitted. You can start to hear it, right? Yes, maybe you are overcommitted, but what does that have to do with whether or not you're going to spend time with your family? But versus and. Now, we're going to take a look at how this actually shows up in each of our lives.
Okay, so now we're going to work with someone who wants to have a real breakthrough in being able to have power in the face of their problem. And this is for people who are in the advanced course. Raise your virtual hand if you'd like to work with me.
Oh, first person to put the hand up is Malika.
Okay. Okay, Malika.
Larry, sorry.
Hello, Malika.
Hi.
Okay, look, as I work with Malika, I invite you to use your problem and throw yourself into the conversation. So for everyone, graduates, guests, visitors, throw yourself into the conversation as I work with Malika. So fundamentally, the way we speak about problem is, I want X but Y. Or I'm committed to X but Y. So given that, what is your I want X but Y?
I want
to nail my interview next Friday.
Say it again.
I want to be on the level of the Olympics in terms of mixed martial arts fighting with my new safety system, and the level of McDonald's for my nutritional line of food. But I have to build it.
Okay. In my butt, yeah?
No, but what's been your experience?
I would feel disempowered.
Disempowered?
My experience in this area of life where I've had a butt is that, let's see. I mean, it's just, for me, it's just a matter of time. It's a matter of timing, and it's like if I'm going to be building something, like say I'm building muscle, I'm not just going to all of a sudden be like, oh, I went through a landmark forum, now I'm fucking strong. No, I had to put the work in. And for me, that work is going on tour, going on tour and making it my own reality show on YouTube with live streaming wherever I go, and going viral, and getting investors who are watching me go viral, and seeing the value of what I'm building.
Thanks. What has that been like for you to be living like that way?
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Who cares? Just grind it out.
I struggled all the day. I would wake up and I would fail my other commitments because I would be present to the fact that I'm struggling and I'm not.
Look, I had MTBI. I have scarring in my brain. I have anxiety and depression. But I healed myself with medical marijuana, and now I switched to lion's mane, which is actually cheaper and more sustainable long term. So I don't have to go and talk about my feelings. Oh, poor me. No. Get it done. And going back to my 3-step formula, positive energy, you have to have the physical health. That's number one. And all these motivational people on YouTube, they're all on fucking steroids. Oh yeah, all those motivational workout videos. David Goggins, fucking Jocko, Joe Rogan. They're all juiced.
We language our problem in this construct. You with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Malika, are you with me?
I'm super with you.
Okay, good. So there's a lie that's there. We want to make sure we distinguish the lie that exists when we language, and you just got that, didn't you? In our problems in this construct. Okay? It's what's the lie there?
Okay, so my lie is...
What's the lie?
The lie is
What
that
is the lie?
I'm just not spending enough time to excel in my skills.
Okay, hold on. But in this construct, look at the construct there. You see I want X but Y, yes?
The lie is but.
There's a lie in that statement. What's the lie?
But is a lie.
Yeah, but is the lie. You see, mostly we don't hear the lie when we use the word but.
I've heard this so many times. And you can get this information for free on YouTube. But anyway, it's good to reinforce. So with mine, I want to be. Oh, hold on.
Why?
Connected and in opposition.
We make it appear that X and Y are connected.
And in opposition to each other. So, I want to be successful, but I have to build my brand. Okay, so the lie is that they're not connected because it's not that I have to do something that I'm not already doing. I'm already doing it. It's just taking time, and that's okay.
Are you with me?
Like I have family therapy on Mondays. My brother wanted us all to do it, and my dad says, well, how long are you going to be at this? You've been doing this since 2012. You've been doing this for 10 years. When are you going to give it up? Never.
In fact, they're not related until you put but in. It's like I want to work out, but I'm tired.
Oh shit.
I want to lose weight, but I like cheesecake.
No, you're addicted to
I
casein.
want to save money, but let's go shopping.
I get it.
You can make a healthy cheesecake
Yeah, totally.
and still lose weight.
But now we want to be. Say again?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
do
the
I
fact
watch
that
movies? Sorry, I
really
just caught
wanna
that.
Get this interview.
I don't watch a lot of movies. I mostly watch YouTube, but I do go on streaming websites to watch movies. Let's see. I went on kind of a Quentin Tarantino kick last week. I watched Pulp Fiction, Django Unchained, and the other one was one of his newer ones. Django Unchained, Pulp Fiction, and one of the newer ones. Hold on, I'm missing this. I want to watch Tenet. Right now, the version on the streaming site is the cam version. I can't really watch that, so I'm just waiting for the HD version to come out on the streaming site.
See, I want X.
We want to make real that the word "but" is a suppressor of our joy, power, and freedom. The word "but" creates an unreality that traps us and has us automatically focused on the why, the reasons, considerations, and justifications, versus being in action on X, which is what we really want. All right. Well, for me, it's all the same.
Be powerful in life. And you've gotten people to buy that from you.
Kill Bill, dope.
I
Reservoir
totally do.
Dogs, haven't seen it in a while, but yeah, it's good. Good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I got you did. And we're gonna we can perform a little linguistic magic.
Oh.
Yeah, a little linguistic magic.
Excuse me.
I would like you to consider.
Couple movies that you might want to check out that I saw recently that was good.
But creates a lot.
Mortal Kombat: Scorpion's Revenge, and Deathstroke: Knights and Dragons. 2 animated movies. Sick movies. Like not for kids. Animated, but not for kids.
Placing the but with and in a way that's impactful.
Unforgiven. Unforgiven's another one I watched recently. Loved
I want
it.
you to say this. Say what you just said. I want to nail that interview and.
I want to nail that interview, and I'm not.
I want to build the greatest brand of all time, and I have to build it myself by going on tour and filming everything.
In my experience in life, and the way I act in life is in a dance with the way in which life occurs for me.
Oh,
See, the moment replacing but with and
I'm reaching the end of my rope here,
changes
guys.
everything that alters the way in which the problems I'm dealing with occurs to me. So if you got that, that's just an occurring. It ain't the way that it is.
Yeah, I want to see Tenet. That's the next one when it comes out.
Regarding what's important to you, what starts to alter your experience when but is replaced with and.
Christopher Nolan's
just
other
took that
movies
out of the way,
I just saw
get it just
recently.
and it's not even real. What
shit.
becomes available?
You know the one with Leo, where they go into the dreams.
Freedom for the
Inception.
preparation and
That's what I
from
listened
for acting.
Yeah.
You know what happened? My
lot of
laptop that
freedom
I
and
usually
joy
play
and
Fortnite
just
on,
confidence.
the battery died, so I'm waiting for a new
And
battery.
the
So I've been
space where I
watching
can
more
be
movies than
Present to my
I used
preparation
to.
and nailing it. and not spending
Doro
time on constant thoughts and hesitations.
Okay.
Perfect.
Put that on. Let me see if that's on the.
Now that's a real freedom to
On the side
deal
here.
with what's important to you, but if you
I don't want them to see that I'm filming, so let me. How do I get out of? How do I get out full screen? View options. Here we go. Original size. No. Go to 50%. No. We're gonna go to exit full screen. There we go. Okay, so. Oh, I got a lot of tabs open here because of you guys. We got Gabor Mate, Jack Attack MMA, Philosopher and the Wolf. Now we're going to a Filmlicious, which is the streaming site, and we're gonna go to type in Doro Hidoro and let's see if they have it. Yeah. Oh, you know, I did see that. I mean, I didn't see it, but I did see that on the site. It's a show. That's why I didn't watch it. I didn't think I had the time to get into a whole show, but I'll check out the first episode for sure. What's going on here?
The first time in my life, I feel like very lightened.
The Raid
And I'm
movies.
so present to what I need to do.
South
and I'm
Korean
not
action.
living
Okay.
in my head anymore. I'm just present to what I need to do.
completely.
Yeah.
And once you experience yourself as someone empowered to deal with problems, then you can consider, because I heard it in your
I'm
speaking,
gonna type in Raid
consider,
here.
wow, what kind of problems could I have?
Raid, the Raid, Active Raid, the
become
Great
the kind of
Raid, the
person
Raid
who can have the
2,
kind of
After the
problems
Raid, SEAL
that's
Team
worthy
6.
of using worth
The Raid and the Raid 2.
You can become.
It's a picture of
you
a guy
become
looking
the
at
kind
a
of
building.
person
And then,
have the
yeah,
kind of
this one
problems
looks like the
that
Korean.
are worth
Okay,
using your
2011,
life for.
2014. I'll check it out. Bet.
That would give you an extraordinary life.
Good shit, guys. Amazing fight choreography. Okay.
The trick is starting to
If you
get
think-
all the butts in
If you
your
think
life.
it's good fight choreography, I'll check it out
absurdities.
because you're an
And
MMA
notice
fan. You're into MMA,
consequences
so
of the word
you're not
but.
going to be impressed by bullshit fight scenes. So I'll
including
definitely
the
check that.
consequences of not acting on what really matters to you.
What kind of problems could I have?
What that looks like is to be the best of your ability to refrain.
How do I get this?
Notice when you're using it, stop.
Full screen, here we go. What kind of problems could I have? You become the kind of person who can have the kind of problems that are worth using your life for. That will give you an extraordinary life. The trick is starting to hear all the buts in your life as absurdities and noticing the consequences of the word but. Including the consequences of not acting on what really matters to you.
I want to hear from two guests. I want you to share. What did you get in that conversation?
Give me.
You're very welcome. I want to hear from two guests. What did you get in that conversation? Two, who'd be willing to share as a guest? What did you discover? Where are you?
Sorry, Larry, who are you calling on?
Two guests to hear. What did they get in that conversation? Sophie? She popped up over there. I can see her. Yes, Sophie.
Oh, Irene, you seen him
It's
too?
me again.
Cool.
Hi.
Great. What did you hear?
Feel surprised.
Oh,
So
Sophie's
my
getting all
relationship
the
myself.
attention. What the fuck?
I really want to, as I said, be able to take control of my life, and my phrase has always been, but I don't
Look,
know
if you
how.
can't take control of your
I
menu,
don't know how.
everything else is going to be tough. That's the toughest
when I
battle.
kind
The
of
toughest
set it in
battle
my
is
head,
inside,
and
right?
I don't know how. It makes it feel like it's something I can
I'm just
learn.
always going to come back to the physical.
possibility that I
You know,
can
a
learn
lot of this is
how to do
foofy,
it rather than
rah-rah,
just stopping and saying, well, I don't know how.
a
So I
bunch of
can't do it anyhow.
talking. Okay, yeah, so we
Very
replaced
well said.
but
So
with
you can see how
and.
that stopped you everywhere, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You want to
Now we can do
accomplish your
something
goals,
about that.
and you can do that
Are you
if
doing
you
it
take
for me?
control of your menu and you only put the good shit in.
Not at all.
And then
One
if
more
there's
guest,
still
please.
obstacles holding you back, you got to cleanse.
Or Mahela?
Mahela?
Michaela.
Oh, hi.
Hi, what did you discover?
Well, it was not easy at all.
Yes.
What did I
Oh
discover?
man,
Hi,
you're a
Paul.
savage,
Thanks
Jack.
for
You feel bad for
inviting.
them? It's probably disposable income. I don't feel bad.
Invited by Sylvia Behar. I thank you, Sylvia. I do.
But
I
this
love
isn't
you.
the paid thing. This is like the
And
closeout.
I discovered that
The paid
I
thing was yesterday and the day before,
need
apparently.
and I want to do a lot of things, but I have
But
to
I wouldn't pay
steal
for it.
time for myself.
Did you hear
Not
you just
everybody
said it?
needs it. Not everybody needs it.
I wouldn't have
Some
loved this
people do. You know, it's like some people don't need a trainer. Some people can go work out by themselves.
Hold on. Now alter it and say and.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I said in my mind, I need and I want to do a lot of things, and I need to steal time for myself.
Steal time for
By the way,
yourself.
that gives you access to a world there, like having it all.
It could be. It could be.
I
You
know.
never know.
Well, I do. I'm all about you having it all.
Excuse me.
Amen.
Welcome to the forum.
Thanks.
Thank you. Good. And Mark, one graduate.
Okay, calling on
Cam.
Adam Boost. You had your hand up. Where did you go?
Oh.
Mark, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, some guys, some power washers just started power washing my back deck, the window from the complex. I apologize. I put my headset on. Okay, go ahead. Who's
okay. Calling on Adam Boost.
Yeah, Adam?
Hi, Larry.
So what'd you discover there, Adam?
It just opened up so many possibilities.
Yes.
You know, you could hear that, you know, simple things like, I want to advance in my career. I want to stay committed to a course of action.
Yes.
But I feel anxious. I actually wrote it. I wrote every single but, so I could just see that. So, you know, things like I want to stay committed and I want to be a better individual, but I don't know how. But I will fail. But I feel unable to commit. And it's just but all the way. So then I crossed the but out and I wrote and. I was
Literally.
like, I want to stay committed and I don't know how. Well, if I don't know how, that's something I can do about it.
Very good. Because but stops you dead in your tracks.
Exactly that.
Oh,
Well said. And good
Thank
job,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
You know, and Adam, as you were saying, there's a simple and very powerful, it's a very simple, powerful world that gives you everything.
Exactly.
So that was simple and very powerful and gives those of you who are guests here tonight a better sense of the way Landmark works that can empower you in dealing effectively with the areas of your life that are important to you.
Bet.
That was great. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
You're very welcome. Now, for those of you who are guests this evening, we're now going to move into, for me, the most exciting part of the evening. Why? Where you have the opportunity to really step into, and have what you saw available for the people in your life, and what you saw tonight available in your own life. Really,
Everybody broke,
in your own
yeah.
life.
Definitely.
For those of you who are guests tonight that are here with us who have not completed the forum,
Okay.
let me take a minute to speak a little bit about the logistics of the Landmark Forum.
Oh, here's the
and
sales
show you how
pitch.
to register in the forum.
It's the sales pitch,
First
guys.
of all, the forum takes place over 3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Where's
and
my guy
Tuesday
at?
evening. It goes from about 9 o'clock in the morning to approximately 10 o'clock at night.
Damn.
There's a break every 2.5 to 3 hours and a 90-minute meal break somewhere around 6. And then we complete from 7 o'clock to 10:15. And also included in your Landmark Forum is a 10-session seminar series that's included in the price of your Landmark Forum.
Wow, getting your money's worth.
Can y'all put the link in the? Can you put the link in the chat, please? And the price of the Landmark Forum in London. I'm sorry, didn't have it there. What's the price of the forum in London?
£580.
580
580 pounds, Irene. How much is that?
200 pounds.
The minimum deposit is 150.
It's 150 pounds. My apologies. Minimum deposit is 150
How much is 580 pounds? Is that
When you
$1,000?
have an opportunity to register, there are two ways you can register into the Landmark Forum. And let me go back for a second. The 10-session seminar series that we're including is designed to support you in what you get out of the Landmark Forum all the way through your life. And it's critical because we want you to be supported in your life and have it make a difference in all areas of your life. And in a moment, I'm going to give you an opportunity to register. And
That's
there are
it?
two ways you can actually register.
So I guess that's it. They're calling it in now. They're calling in the sales ticket. Time to pay up.
Or you can raise your virtual hand and Pip and the team will move you to a breakout room where you can complete your registration. And it's an
Oh,
opportunity for you to do
$750?
that.
Okay.
Now, if you're from Turkey,
Damn, I haven't seen $750 in years.
you'll
Oh
have
my
to go
God.
to the breakout room because you can't actually register online.
I'm grassroots, guys.
So those are
You
the
know,
logistics.
shoestring budget.
And so if you want to register the Landmark Forum, please raise your virtual hand. I just want to see if you're just look around and see.
I think
Raise
that's
your
what's going to
virtual hand.
be attractive and real about my show. My show is that I'm actually having to fight every week just to be able to get to the next venue. Like I literally have under $100 to my name right now. So what kind of ticket can that get me to go to the next place where I'm going to be fighting? You know, I'm going to have to sleep on somebody's couch for a week or something. And during that week, I'm raising the money for the prize pot and then fight for that prize pot, for a percentage of that prize pot. Then use that money to get my ticket to the next venue or the next city. I think it's going to be a good show. Meeting people,
And one night, my mother called me. She
telling
says,
their story,
at
how
2:30
martial
in the
arts
morning,
helps them,
"Are you
teaching them
sleeping?"
about nutrition.
I'm like, I was. You okay? She says, I need to talk to you. I said, what's going on? She says, somebody courting me. I'm like, what that mean? She says,
What that
somebody
mean?
trying to date me. I woke up. My mother was 63 years old. And she called me, she said, somebody trying to date me. I was like, who's this guy? She said, his name is Jesse. I said, how'd you meet him? I met him at your grandfather's funeral. They've known each other since the 3rd grade. Now, that's my mother. And then I said, well, what do you need? She goes, I need to talk to you. I said, well, what's happening? My mother, I kid you not, said this. I want you to do to me what you do to the people. I'm like, what are you talking about? You know the people coming on Friday one way and they go on another on Sunday, yeah? She goes, do that to me. I'm like, why? She says, because
He's lucky, you know why? Because my mom, she's overweight. She's been in Weight Watchers for as long as I can remember. Only been getting fatter and more unhealthy, on pills now for blood pressure and all this shit. And she's dying in front of my eyes. And I told her, you know, her plan for me was to go to massage therapy school and make enough money to live on my own, and then I could have visitation with my kids and maybe some type of custody. But she wants me to make, she wants me to get a job instead of doing what I'm planning, because she, is nervous that I'm not going to be successful, or I'm going to be hurt, or it's not going to work out for whatever reason. So her plan was massage therapy school, and anyway, we had a conversation once, and I mentioned to her, I could you're in Weight Watchers for 20 some odd years, 30 years. You've been gaining weight. I could help you reach your goals by being your personal chef. Doesn't want anything to do with it. She wants me to be successful, but she doesn't want to help at all. So, fuck her.
He called me Sunday. I'm like, what's he like? He's all right. What's he look like? He's all right. You like him? I don't know. Mother like him? Yeah. You like him?
I don't know if I can watch any more
He's all right.
Rice.
Anything else?
Maybe
Yeah,
10
it's
more
like,
minutes.
I'm
That's
on the
2.5 hours of streaming, all right?
No,
thank you,
For
Irene.
4 or 5 months,
Yeah,
my mother wrote the most scathing letters to my dad possible.
I think it's a
I'm
good
like,
idea
you
that
can't
I
write
came
that to
up
a
with.
dead
It
man?
kind of came
Well,
to
that's how I
me,
feel. I'm like, well, okay.
you know, from the circumstances
And
as
then
they
one night
are.
about 5 in the morning,
just-
probably 6 months later,
It's the only
calls
path
me and she
that
said,
I
"Baby,
can
sleeping?"
see
"I was."
that's going to get me to where I need to be, which is beyond where I was in UFC. I did the math. UFC, I made $55,000 a year. My ex-wife, she's making over $100,000 a year teaching on the North Shore of Long Island. That's the wealthiest part of Long Island. So, to be able to get my kids back, I have to get into that bracket, that, you know, economic bracket. I have to become the promoter, not the fighter, or the fighter and the promoter. You know, the top, like a Conor McGregor type of fighter, plus Dana White. That's where the money is.
5 years, my mother said she loved my dad. And then she goes, Johnny, I said, yeah. She goes, he asked me to marry him. I said, what'd you say? I told him I had to ask you. I said, you love him? She says, I haven't loved someone since I loved your dad. I said, good.
I'm going to drink
do
this.
She goes, I'll let him
This
know
is
he's
my
still here.
Yohimbe and Tribulus that I drink
And then
for
before she hung up the phone, she
working
goes,
out. It's a
well, you and your brother give me away at the
hormonal
wedding.
support.
I said I'd be honored.
It's basically a pre-workout and
So I called Neil. Neil, wake
testosterone
up.
booster.
He says, what? Mother get married. No, she not.
Yohimbe is the inner bark of a red tree in Africa, and Tribulus is a spiky berry that's ground down into powder. Tribulus is a testosterone booster, and Yohimbe is used for energy. Like, people use it for sex, people use it for marathon running, people use it for weightlifting. So that's what I take, and this is in apple juice. So I'm gonna work out in about a half an hour or an hour, so I'm taking it now. Haven't eaten since Sunday.
Right.
By the way.
I had stuff coming out of everywhere.
Aw.
And so after my mother got married that night, she goes, can I go for a walk with me? Go for a walk? I said, sure, what's going on? My mother took my arm and she goes, can you call Pam? I said, for what? She goes, here's the deal. I said, yeah. She said, when Pam had you do the forum, I got my son back. I thought I lost you forever. Because I'd stopped talking to her. And all I wanted to do was get away from her. After the forum, my mom and I became just as close as two people could be. You see, Pam didn't know that I was going to get that when I get in the forum. I went to the forum to deal with people yelling at me. I didn't just get the forum. I got my life. I got my mother. I got my father who had died. I got complete with him. But the most important person in the world, I got that everything's great about me, is I got from her. I would have never gotten that if I hadn't done the forum.
Damn, mama's boy, huh?
Love her, I guess.
I don't know if I want to learn
what
from
you'll
you,
get
buddy.
in the forum. I got no idea what that will be. What I do know is that what's possible.
It's just interesting because, yeah, I'm fasting hardcore now. I do a lot of fasting, and I started this year doing a lot of fasting. So the progression is, first of all, I cleaned up the menu. I did that 5 years ago. I haven't had a cheat meal since. About 2.5 years ago now, I committed to Master Luki brand. So the certification that I have is called Life Food Certified. It's by Dr. David Jubb. It's kind of like what I was saying before. It's more strict than vegan. So I started learning about that in 2005, but it was a progression where I would feel good, but then I would kind of go back to my old ways of eating and then feel like shit. So it took about 8 to 10 years till I finally fully switched over, and there was a lot of cleansing. I did probably 50 liver flushes over that time. And I actually did one 2 weeks ago. So first, this is how we clean, this is how we heal from the top down. So first is you learn, then you eat right. Then you cleanse, the liver's up here. Okay? I committed to Master Luki brand 2.5 years ago. So within Life Food Certified is a list. Master Luki brand is a recipe book, basically. So in 2.5 years ago, I committed to Master Luki brand. I said, due to the law of attraction, I only want Master Luki brand to be over the whole world. So that's all that's going to exist in my world. I haven't eaten anything that's not one of my own recipes in 2.5 years. So because of all the cleansing, because of all the dieting and the training, I got down to the last part of the cleansing, which is the intestine. And how that's manifested in my body is a layer of abdominal fat, which is covering the lowest abs. So I have a 6-pack, but I'm working on an 8-pack. And the only way you can get the 8-pack is to have healthy guts. It's not from doing leg raises. There's no such thing as spot reduction. You can't do abs and lose belly fat. That's called spot reduction. It's not true. You have to do an overall reduction of body fat, and you do that by cleansing, by dieting and cleansing. And the fasting came in to me. Hold on, my son's calling. Yo, Zach, let me call you back in 2 seconds, okay?
Okay.
I'll call you right back. Love you back.
Love you back.
Bye. The fasting came in because the intestines can only rest when they're empty. So even eating healthy was putting additional stress on my intestines because they weren't able to rest. So I started to do fasting beginning of this year, like hardcore fasting. I started with every other day. Then I built up to 2, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days. 2 weeks ago, I did a 7-day fast. Then I connected with my teacher, Dr. David Jubb. He called me, and he told me basically that now he has a special way of speaking. He speaks in almost like metaphor, but he's speaking to the subconscious mind. So what he told me is this. He knows about my mission. He's very supportive. He says, you're going to get your special forces. And he used those words, special forces, for 2 reasons. Number one, it's extra strength that I need being, we'll say vegan just so you know what I'm talking about. Being a vegan athlete. Being a vegan in fighting against people who are bloodthirsty, right? I need special forces against people who are on steroids. Okay? You have steroids, you have the hormones in the flesh. Okay? I'm coming up against fucking beasts and monsters. I need special forces to be able to survive and win and get the high score in any match where there's money on the line, or to get money, because I'm getting a percentage of that prize pot based on my score. So I need special forces to be able to do that. He said, you're going to get your special forces when the intestine can touch itself. So think about a conduction of electricity. Boom. Now it can touch itself. The energy that's coursing through my body is not going to be stopped or slowed down by anything in my intestine. Long story short, between my chest and my legs. And that's going to give me special forces. So I haven't eaten since Sunday, and I'm going to go through this weekend. 7 days the longest I've did in the recent past. Maybe even my whole life. I think I did a 2-week fast when I was like 19, but I'm 40 now. So I'm gonna go through this weekend. I'm not gonna eat, and the special forces also. It's like I'm on a mission, so that's I'm the special forces. But I had to build up to fasting. I don't recommend people just start fasting because if you don't have proper liver function, food's gonna take too long to come out, from your colon, and it's gonna turn to mold, fungus, and yeast. It's gonna basically be rotting inside you, and that's what happens when people do fasting or juice fasting. They don't move their bowels enough, and they get headaches, they get nausea, they get cravings, they get aches. They're called cleansing reactions, but it's because there's stuff inside that has to come out. So some people do enemas, that's not natural. Some people do, so you could check out the website. It's not going to be the best guide because I'm still working on it, but if you ever have any questions, I'll guide you, with whatever questions you have, okay? And I can send you more information. My son's calling, so I'm going to sign out for now, guys. I hope you got something out of it. And I'll be back tonight with my daily news at 10 p.m. So stay tuned for more exciting action. Master Lukey, over. What's up, Zachy?